Hey y'all, it's time for Minutes with Mitten. And, excuse me, Mitten, what are you doing? Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. I thought you were out in the barn. Oh no, but thanks for starting my video. It's great to have you back, by the way, Mitten. You were down south with family, huh? So how was that? Well, it was nice until it wasn't. Well, it sounds like you overstayed your welcome, maybe. Yeah, I stayed too long at the fair. Well, I hope you left on good terms anyway. Well, I hope so too. I mean, when I left, I said, I really enjoyed your hospitality, but I'm leaving now, so I don't have to enjoy it anymore. Well, I hope they took that the right way. Or maybe not. Anyway, if I may, I'd like to get back to the directional cues video. Well, all right. Bye, everyone. Okay, bye, Mitten. Okay, yes, that was Mitten, back by popular demand. And I am Lisa Young Sutton, and this is part 2 of the Directional Cue series. Now, today we're going to look at the directional cues for the coffin, the scythe, the whip, the child, and the fox. So here we go. Now, okay, decks, yeah. Okay, I'm using the Anna K. Lenormand, that's these cards, and I'm also using the Grand Tableau Lenormand Oracle cards. That's these cards. A nice little traditional deck that, you know, the images aren't the best in the world, but it's being mass-produced. It's very inexpensive and accessible to all. You should be able to find it anywhere online, so I give it a 2 thumbs up for that reason. Okay. Now, I'm going to zoom. I'm going to try to keep my hands out of the way. I was watching one of my own videos the other day, which I never do, but somebody asked where something was, and I found myself yelling at the screen saying, move your hand, I can't see. So I will always try to remember to use my pointer. Okay. The coffin is one of the 3 stop cards. The others are the mountain and the cross. And stop cards prevent forward movement. In the case of the coffin, it brings a complete end to what precedes it. Now, the other 2 cards don't bring complete ends, but indicate challenges in the form of obstacles or burdens that slow you down or weigh you down. But in all cases, they're indicators of negative situations that you can't avoid. Okay? So keep in mind that the coffin brings a negative ending to what precedes it. So even if it's ending a negative situation, such as a bad relationship, it still has a depressing and draining effect. You know, it's the cards that follow the coffin that indicate the outcome of this ending. So even the card immediately following the coffin will be depressed a bit as you recover from the effects of the coffin situation. So here, in this, is this straight? There we go. In this example, I don't want you to get dizzy. We have the bear, the coffin, and the bouquet. So I pull all these examples, by the way, from my own readings that I've done. Most of them come from Grand Tableau, so they're just, you know, a few cards pulled out of the whole spread. Anyway, this was an end to someone's power, right, to their control, followed by a surprising offer. And while this scene may end well, you're still going to be left feeling a bit empty or low, and may not even trust this offer so much just because of, you know, what you went through. So that's what it means when I say that this card is depressed a bit. Okay, you're still a little shell-shocked from this whole situation. All right. That one's pretty clear. I think I only need one example there. All right, let's go to the scythe. Now here's the Grand Tableau deck. And this was pulled out of a Grand Tableau I did a couple of years ago. All right, let me see here. Right, wait. There you go. You can see it. Boop, boop. Okay. The scythe, yes. Okay, so the tip of the blade points at the risk. Okay, it points at what you will suffer literally or figuratively. It describes the danger. Okay, that's where the point is facing. Okay. Now, the card at the handle side, which I'm going to show you in a second, also you know, has an effect, right? It's being drawn into the dangerous situation. It's receiving a blow, like a call to action, right? It's feeling threatened, okay? I mean, all the cards that touch, if I had laid out the full grand tableau, you'd know that every single card that touches the scythe is receiving some of its negativity, okay? But it's the card that the blade faces that receives the greatest danger. Okay, so what this said was that here we have the mice above the snake. The snake is facing the stars and the scythe is facing the stars, okay? So the mice, I mean, we didn't get to that card yet in this series, but it has an effect on the card to the right and the left. But just like this card, it still has an effect on every card it touches, especially the one below it. Remember your vertical interactions, right? The cards above are impacting the cards below. So what this was a man's GPS system in his motorhome, okay? And the wires were being gradually, remember this is a gradual wearing away. This is the card of decaying, right? So the wires were gradually being worn away, and you can see the snake is bringing danger to this, but it was the side that showed that there was going to be a sudden cut of the, you know, a sudden cutting off of the juices, you know, flowing from these wires to this. It was going to end suddenly. Okay. All right. So now to give you an example of the handle side, this was another one from another of my motorhome friend readings for motorhome friends. All right, so this one, you can see here that a change is being drawn into the dangerous situation, but the blade is facing this. Now, remember, this is the ship and this is the stork, okay? So the ship, it does represent the motorhome itself, but it also represents the trip in general. And in this situation, someone was renting a motorhome, and about a week before their trip, the trip was suddenly canceled, and the scythe is the card of cancellations, sudden cancellations. And that's because the change was that the motorhome had broken down and had to go for repairs, and then the man that owned it called them the week before their trip and said, "I'm sorry, I have to cancel your trip," and you know, refunded their money, but then they were left with without a means of transportation. Okay. All right. So, you know, as you can see, the change was being drawn into the danger, and the danger affected the trip. Okay. Let's go to the whip. All right. The whip. We're back to Anna Kay. All right. Now, the card on the whipping side of the image, wherever you know, like this lash or sash or whatever you want to call it, that's the whipping side, okay? And in her card, you can even see there's a hand holding the handle there. I love her cards. Okay, so anyway, the card on the whipping side will show the cause of the discord or that which needs to be admonished, all right? So here we have whip, man, key. Here, in this case, the man was the cause of his own troubles, okay? He's at the whip side, the whipping side. He has been struggling, but is heading toward a solution, all right? But he's been, basically, what this would say to me, because this is, you know, he's at the whipping side, is that he was the source of his own problems here. All right, so now let's turn it around. Let's see if it lands this way. What would it say then? If it landed that way, now we have key, man, whip. And remember your flow of energy, left to right, right? So weaker to stronger. All right, this is what he's moving away from, what he's moving toward, basically. So in this case, he already had the tools to solve the problem, yet he's going to do it the hard way. Okay? He's going to apply wasted effort. So here he's moving toward discord, even though he already has the solution, though obviously he doesn't know he has it. And here he's been struggling, but he's moving away from that toward a solution. Okay, let's go to the child. The child. Now, the directional cue for the child is when you're using the child to represent a child. Okay, so if you're using this card to represent a child of the seeker, the card it faces describes the relationship they have. Okay, from the child's perspective. All right, so here, I mean, this is what you always want to say, right? My child loves me. Okay, but if we had child facing birds, we could say that the child is feeling uneasy or stressed out about the relationship. Okay, if they're facing the tower, oh yes, I see that a lot because, you know, this is the card of rules and regulations. What kid likes them? All right, so here the child is feeling restricted, too many rules, or the relationship feels uneven. Well, of course it is, because, you know, the parent is up here and the kid's down here. All right. Okay, what if we had child and anchor? Now, the child is feeling secure and grounded and safe and steady and stable. That's another good one, great one. Ooh, this one here, yes, facing the ways, paths, crossroads, whatever you call that. Here, there's a split in the relationship. The child isn't sure which way to go. Okay, the child may want to escape. This is the card of the escape route. This would say this child may be considering running away. Okay. And last but not least, we have Mr. Fox. We're going to use those Grand Tableau cards again. There's Mr. Fox. And Fox is facing left in this deck. All right, so the fox faces the wrongness. He faces what's being disguised, what you shouldn't trust, where you're being cheated or taken advantage of, or where you need to practice caution or use your survival instincts. Okay, so if the fox is facing, if he's facing the house, there's, you know, something's wrong at home, right? There's something wrong in your personal life, something wrong with your basic security. If the fox is facing the moon, there's something wrong at work. If that's your work card, it is mine. Okay, but even if it's not your work card, there's something wrong with how you're being viewed by others, how you're being recognized. There's something wrong with the attention you're receiving, right? This is the card of honor and fame and, you know, being in the limelight. Okay, the fox facing the anchor. There's something wrong with your goal. This is the card of goals. Okay, there's something wrong with what you're hoping for. Yes, this is the card of hope in the game of hope. The anchor was the card of hope. That was the winning space in the game. There's something wrong with where you've dropped your anchor, okay, or what anchors you. What if the fox is facing the cross? Here, there's something wrong with that cross you've been carrying around. It's time to put it down. This is definitely a martyr situation, right? You're carrying this for the wrong reasons, or, you know, using that wrongly somehow. Something, let's see, what about bear? Here, there's something wrong with, there's something wrong with your where you're exerting your power, or how you're managing things, how you're controlling things. And then, of course, fox facing fish. There's something wrong with your cash flow, something wrong with your money. Okay? All right, so that's it for today, and the blog that accompanies these videos is finished. I just have to edit it. I can never say that. I have to edit it and post it. Okay, friends. Now, go out there and get yourselves in a really good mood and then play with your cards. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.